sign up for this tonight because I thought of an ex who was just madly insane, and I probably could have a 45-minute story about him, and I couldn't figure out what exactly I was going to say from that story. So I'm going to try to kind of, at the end of it, tell you in like a couple of sentences what happened at the end. But this is the beginning of our breakup. So we're having problems. We decide we're going to try to work it out, and in the meantime, we're going on vacation his name is Tim. We're going on vacation with Tim's parents to Florida. When we're in Florida, we get in like a massive fight, and we end up breaking up. But then for 2 or 3 days, we have to act like we're still fine because we're around his grandmother and all of his family, and we're trying to not be awkward. And it was awful to begin with. So anyway, that was the first awkward thing in the situation. Then we get home, and we had already kind of broken up. We lived together, and I said I would be the one to move out. I just didn't, I didn't want to be in the same place we lived together and whatever. I didn't like the apartment anyway, so I decided I'm going to move, and we're still trying to work through this mess that we're in. And one night, now this was, the part of the story is how I'm psychotic, but this isn't the part of it that I really was. So the one night, we had a desktop computer, and we both had Yahoo accounts. And I had suspected for a long time that he was cheating on me, but I wasn't sure exactly what the situation was, and I could never get anything out of him. But it led to our breakup anyway. So I get on the computer one night, I see that I log into my account. This is why I'm saying I'm not lying. His account comes up, and I'm like, okay, let's check this out. So I see, it gets worse, trust me. Then I'm like, all right, well, and I see a girl that he works with. I actually saw 2 emails from girls he works with, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I click on one, and it's called, About Last Week is the subject. And it's this whole thing. She's married, and she's talking about her husband, what she's going to do, and all this stuff. But it's just vague enough that I'm not sure what the hell happened. Did he talk to her about the husband? Did they make out? Did they have sex? I have no idea. So I'm, fuming, because I can tell something's going on. So I ask him, I say, look, we're breaking up anyway, I'm moving out, please tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, did you cheat on me? This is the point where I think if any girls have been in this situation, or guys, that once things are over, you just want to know what the hell was going on, you know what I mean? So I keep saying this, he keeps denying it to a ridiculous degree. Nothing, whatever. So I'm like, whatever, I was like, no, I know something's going on. He's a really bad liar, and I knew I saw her email. So my next logical move, as I'm psychotic, is to try to get into her email. Now, the problem is, I know virtually nothing about this girl except that she's a teacher at the school, and she's married, and I know her email address. So I think, all right, step 1, I go in, I type in her email address, I say, forgot passcode. Comes up, enter your birth date. I'm like, shit, I know nothing about her birth date, how am I gonna get this out? So, the only thing I know about her is that she used to work at Emmaus High School, and she now works at Downingtown High School, so I think, okay, all right, how can I get this birth date? So, I call Human Resources at Emmaus High School, and I say, hi, and I remember the name I used because it was my elementary school teacher. I say, hi, this is Nancy Schultz from the Human Resources at Downingtown High School. We have 2 birthdays down for Julie. I won't say her last name. His summary is out. 2 birthdays, and I'm just curious about which one was right then. This woman was an idiot. She asked for no other qualifications. She's just like, oh, okay, well, her birthday's really this. And I'm just like, so, I go in, I type in the birth date. What pops up? Pet's name. I'm like, shit. No one at any office is going to know her pet's name. How am I possibly going to find her pet's name? At this point, I'm too far into back down. I'm finding this fucking girl's email, whatever I have to do. So, I think for a while, and I think, I know what I'm going to do. So, apparently her number was still in 411. She had a home phone number. So she had never met me. She knew about me, obviously, but she never met me. She didn't know my voice. So, I claim, and again, I remember the name too because it was another one of my elementary school teachers. I don't know why I was using my elementary school teacher's names, but so I call him and say, hi, is this Julie? Blah, blah. And I say, hi, this is Mary Geringer. I work for the ASPCA. And I was wondering if you could do a quick survey for me. And she's like, sure. And I'm like, now, I'm not going to lead with what's your pet's name because that's just awkward and weird. So I'm like, oh, do you own pets now? How many pets have you owned over the last 5 years? Are they spayed and neutered? And I go through a list of 10 different things. And the last name I say, oh, so do you have cats or do you have dogs? And she's like, oh, I am the best. I'm so insane. And I told a couple of my friends, and it was either, oh my god, that's amazing, or you're fucking psychotic. Stop now, don't look at her email. I'm like, are you kidding? I found all this information, I'm obviously looking at her email. So, again, the end of the story, I do get into her email. It's even worse than I possibly thought. There was one night where he was hanging out with 2 married women that he worked with, and he ended up basically, not sex at this point, I don't know what was going on, but he ended up like hooking up with both of them. And now both of them were telling him that they were in love with him. Trust me, this guy was such a douchebag, I don't even know how that even happened, but, so I found out all this information. She's been writing back and forth, like, should I leave my husband, all this stuff. I mean, it's insane. I'm just like, this isn't just like a hookup, this is crazy. So I confront him, and I don't act like I know everything, but I, enough that I'm like, listen, I know something happened between you, this girl. Please just tell me. I'm moving out in a week, just so I don't feel like I'm an insane person all the time. He still doesn't admit it to that day. And later on, actually, about a year or two later, I ran into him and I told him this story. And he's like, you're absolutely insane. I said, yeah, but I was right. And he's like, little quick, kind of like, I said the aftermath of this again, and this could be a 25-minute story, is she ended up leaving her husband from him. And about 3 years after that, he ended up cheating on her with one of his 16-year-old students. And he ended up going to jail. But it's like a American Eternal thing. They're still together, and I just found out recently that they're engaged. She's like 20 now, he's like 36.